let's start this great day and this webinar, how to maximize the use of your CRM with GetAccept for Pipedrive. And my name is Vilma Eriksson. I'm the partner manager of GetAccept. My responsibility is to create a true wow feeling with us combined with partner solutions, in this case Pipedrive CRM. And I'm really happy to have you on with me today.
Thank you very much. And yeah, God, I look stiff on that picture. But my name is Johan Andersson. I work as an account executive here at GetAccept, and I'm one of a lot of people that is helping GetAccept grow, both here in the Nordics, but most of all now a lot of focus in Europe and the rest of the world as well.
Exactly. Happy to have you here. And I'm also glad that you're happier than you look at this picture. It's a very handsome picture. So the agenda for today is that we're going to have just a short intro to GetAccept. We're going to talk about why you should work integrated. 2 success cases using Pipedrive and GetAccept. We should have some slide demo of the integration. And also, of course, a summary, a pricing, and how to get started with this. And if you have any questions, we are happy to help with them. So just a quick intro to GetAccept, Johan.
Yes, and as you can see here, GetAccept is an all-in-one sales platform where video, live chats, document tracking, and e-signature comes together to simplify the life of every sales team. It's a pretty broad summary of everything we actually can do to help our customers. But it's one of the reasons why I actually started at GetAccept as well, because I've been in so many different sales roles where I actually had no control of the documents that I'm sending away, and I was just sitting there staring out, and I thought there's got to be a better solution, and there was, and that was GetAccept. But we're going to dig deeper into that later on.
Yes, thank you for sharing. So first of all, why should we work integrated with CRM? And this is some picture from the Pipedrive solution with GetAccept combined. We're going to walk through that later on. But first of all, before I worked at GetAccept, I was actually selling a CRM tool. And a CRM tool is a big investment. And a lot of sales managers are frustrated about that the CRM isn't used enough or used as much as they wish it to be. And that is actually something GetAccept could help you with. It's not only an e-signature. You can personalize and engage with your prospect and customer with the live chat we are providing with. My favorite, the video. And you can use this throughout the full sales process and give much better insights and control, as Johan just talked about, with this document tracking that we have. And also, of course, utilize the data and the insights in Pipedrive. And now a little bit about the GetAccept and Pipedrive integration, Johan.
Yes, and as you can see here on the right side on the picture, we got the GetAccept up and going. So it's a little GIF of how it actually looks directly integrated into Pipedrive. But if you could start out, if you could click, Vilma, once.
Yes, of course.
Yes. One of the most important things when working integrated in something, you want it, first of all, to be really smooth and actually see when and how people are engaging with the different sales documents, and then also how you as a sales rep can follow up with the perfect timing. The average salesperson spends so much time following up nowadays. It's like approximately 4 to 7 hours per week. And with GetAccept integrated into Pipedrive, we can actually help you to follow up the customer at the right time. Click again. And then you also have the possibility to present your sales document with a video introduction and use built-in live chat to keep the conversation going from the initial pitch to one deal. A lot of our competitors on the market, they're focusing solemnly on just sending away the agreement when the sales process is done. With GetAccept in Pipedrive, you can actually send away all the different sales collateral that you have in your stack. So yeah, with video and chat, you'll be perceived as more modern, and yeah, you'll give the customer a new buying experience for sure. And most important in the end, make it easy for all parties to close a deal with a simple and secure electronic signature directly in Pipedrive. I mean, yeah, sure, an OK on the email works. You can print it out, you can sign it, you can scan it in and send it back, but that's a pretty big hassle today. It shouldn't be harder than clicking the button saying, yeah, let's go.
I totally agree with you. And this is something you find from your marketplace, and it's free to install, but we will come back to that also later. And now we're gonna watch actually one movie and have just some short bullet points about 2 success cases who uses these tools combined. And Vino is a data tool, and now we're gonna hear about how they have succeeded with GetAccept and Pipedrive.
Mikko, CEO and one of the co-founders of Vino. Yeah, we launched Vino in August 2014. We've been growing fast since then. We haven't raised any external funding, so all the growth has been organic. We had to be very good at sales and customer success, make sure that customers are happy and stay with us, and that's the only way you can bootstrap a business. A year later, we entered the Swedish market. We opened offices in Norway, in the Netherlands, Copenhagen, and we also have a team in place in New York, in the States. And we had this one idea, thinking how awesome it would be for B2B sales professionals to walk into the office every single day knowing that they will definitely be working with the best 10 prospects. GetAccept is doing exactly the same. It's helping salespeople to know when and to whom to be in touch, and also it provides you insights how to do it. So I think it's all about this. There's so many opportunities out there. It's all about knowing exactly the one you want to do business with. If it helps you to close more business, typically it's also a tool people like a lot, and that's definitely the case at Vino.
I'm Tatu, and I'm working at our real-time sales unit. I really like this tool because it integrates with Pipedrive, so I usually use that to send the contracts. And what I especially like about it is use the chat function. I've actually closed many deals using the chat, and when they have some doubts, I just reply to them instantly and they will sign the deal. So it's super easy. I recommend it.
Sales is not only a function that you have, but really a competitive edge. Most companies that want to create a sales organization that is really a competitive advantage typically end up using multiple different tools. They have CRM in place, they have e-signing tool in place, they have marketing automation, they have prospecting tool. When you hire sales professionals, they don't want to use these old school tools made in the 90s. They expect very nice user interfaces, they expect them to be fast, they expect those tools to give you insights, stuff that really helps you to be better at sales and better at your job.
There we go.
Yes, thank you. And now we have another case called P&O, and they have digitalized the full sales process. And about P&O rental, those of you who doesn't know about them since before, it's trailer fleets rental. They have more than 100 employees, and they operate in Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, and the Netherlands, so the north of Europe. What challenge did they have before starting with GetAccept and Pipedrive combined? They felt that they had a poor control and overview of the sales process. They thought it was really time-consuming to follow up on proposals. Also, the layout of the proposals were quite poor, and they wanted to be more professional when presented for potential customers. And also, they had this classic manual process with the paper trails and everything, all that buzz and fuss. So the solution they started with was, and what they gained was the follow-up on the customer base, on the customer behavior, and thereby saving time. They get a clear overview for each country and control of their sales pipeline, the forecasts, and the insight in the customer behavior. They have updated layout for proposals and also updated the way how they work with contracts. And finally, they have increased their sales enablement by working integrated with Pipedrive using merging information directly from the CRM into the proposals.
Yeah,
and
that is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is. I think so too.
I was just gonna talk a little bit about that. It's like, yeah, you were talking about it earlier, and it's like you invest so much time when you buy your CRM system, but then yeah, the data quality is often lagging behind. Even though you tell all the salespeople or other people that are working in the CRM, you got to register everything. But together with an integration, which we're going to show you later, you can actually increase the data quality a lot. So now we can move on.
Thank you. I'm going to move on and actually going to hand over to you because we're going to show you some demo slides of the integration. How does it work?
Yes. So I do this a lot, and first of all, I gotta say the Pipedrive CRM itself, it's really easy to get going. I had to start up a test account on my own for various reasons, and I think it took 10 minutes from the second I logged in, created my first customer, a made up one, and then a deal, and it was like this easy. And something else that is really easy and smooth is actually integrating the GetAccept integration directly into Pipedrive. So the first thing you do is click on the little Johnny Cash logo up on the right-hand side, and then you click on the marketplace. So if you click on Vilma, we will now end up inside of the Chrome store. So this is a Chrome extension. It takes 15 seconds to download. You click on it to download it, and then you add the extension, and then you're pretty much good to go. So this is the only integration we have between Pipedrive and GetAccept. It's a two integration, so all the information you have inside of GetAccept will end up in Pipedrive and vice versa as well. If we move on, yeah, and Vilma, if you have anything to add, just feel free.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Here in the right corner, now we have the GetAccept integration. It's a slimmed version of the GetAccept standalone version. It's really smooth and it's really easy as well. So every time someone is going to log in or send something away, you just click on a little GetAccept button, and then you have the whole window and a full overview of everything. So after we logged in, it's time to send away our first document to this company, Vandelay Industries. And this is a big salad deal, as you can see up on the left side. And our contact person is George Costanza. Since it's a two-way integration, all the information we have regarding George will automatically end up inside of GetAccept. And here we can also pick if George is going to be the signer of the document. He's going to take the decision in the end. We can also make sure that he's going to have someone else internally approve this document before it actually goes out to the end customer. So you can build up specific signing orders directly inside of Pipedrive, and it saves a lot of time in the end. Or simply if someone is going to be a normal CC. And as I mentioned earlier, you don't only have to send away documents that is out for signing. You can also send any type of collateral that you have in your computer, whether it's a pre-meeting agenda, after meeting summary, anything, and you get exactly the same functionality.
Johan, can you tell me a little bit, why should I do that? Why shouldn't I just send out the agreement? What's the benefit of sending anything else?
Really good question. First of all, there will be a red thread for the customer. We're going to discuss that a little bit later regarding the whole graphical profile and really giving the customer that really good feeling about you as a company. I mean, with sending away a pre-meeting agenda, I can, with GetAccept, track exactly where they're looking in the document, so I know exactly what to focus on in the follow-up call. And it's really to make the customer feel engaged from the first pre-meeting agenda for after meeting summary to a proposal to an agreement. The red thread, the whole buying experience is so important nowadays for the customer. There we go.
Yeah.
Now we're going to send away the documents. So either we can upload something from our computer. It doesn't matter which type of file it is. It can be a PDF, it can be an Excel, anything. Or we can use a template inside of GetAccept. So if we take a template inside of GetAccept, for example, we can now actually, first of all, fill in a different parameters. Either we can populate them directly from the deal, and this is also something that has to do with the data quality. This information wouldn't be correct if the salesperson has filled in the wrong information per se, or we can simply type it in now afterwards. Saves a lot of time and it's really easy. And the same thing goes for the customer. We can make sure that they have to make some decisions. It's also possible to edit the document directly in here together with a really smooth Google Docs integration. And I think if you click one more time, there. Here it's really simple to just upload different logo types. We can customize this for the customer to really get them to get the Vandelay Industries feeling, or however you want your proposals to look. But here is a thing we focus a lot on. So just before we're going to send away the document, we're satisfied with that now, how it looks and all the information that has been populated and everything. But now we're really going to give the customer that really good buying feeling. The first thing we can do is actually present this document together with a video. Everyone is using videos in different ways, but it can be, for example, together with a pre-meeting agenda. You say, hi, I'm Johan, I'm going to visit you next week. If you have any questions or something specific that you want me to focus on during the meeting, feel free to write them in the comments, for example, to get the customer to start engaging with you. And we have a lot of statistics using video together with different documents. First of all, we have a 42% higher conversion rate on the documents that are sending or that has a video connected to it. Sure, it's both people saying yes and no, but there's a bigger probability that they'll actually start interacting with you and actually, drives the dialogue forward itself.
That's just the reason alone to use the video, I would say.
Exactly. Exactly. Do you have any other video ideas, Vilma?
No, I just think it's very useful to add a video that actually explains something that is more than just, hi Johan, see you later. That use the video, talk about the things that customer maybe asked about, the USPs that you have, help them to move the information forward internally. We know that decision makers gets even more and more. It was 5.4 for just some years ago, according to Gartner, and now it's 7 in average in every B2B decision. So help your champion to take the information in the way you wanted to present it internally, for example. So use the video as a message for sure.
Yeah. And I think it's really hard to stop using the video once you started, since we have so much data that it's going to help you in the sales process. And it doesn't matter if it's an internal document that needs to go out. Instead of writing this really long email what the document is about, just explain it with a few words for 15, 20 seconds.
Super simple.
It's going to help you a lot.
And what's the other fields below the video?
Yes, exactly. We can, of course, edit the document name to make it more specific to this customer. We can also edit the email subject, and we can also rewrite the email message. Below all of this, there's a little, it's pretty small, but it says send smart reminders. And as I was talking about earlier, the average salesperson spends so much time on actually following up different proposals, agreements. You call the customer 1 week after, it's like, hi, what did you think of the proposal? And the person says, I haven't really looked at it. This is so much time that you can actually spend on doing something else. And we thought, why not automate all of this? So by clicking send smart reminders, I've actually applied that if George Costanza here at Vandelay Industries hasn't opened the document in 3 days, we're going to send out an automatic reminder to him, like, hi George, don't forget to take a look at the proposal that I sent you. If George hasn't signed within 10 days, 14 days or something like that, we'll send out a new reminder, don't forget to sign the document, and then just before the document expires. So this means more or less that I can lean back knowing that GetAccept will take care of the whole following up part until George actually does. Then it's up to me to actually start interacting with him and move the deal forward.
Exactly.
Yeah. As you can see, it's not me or Vilma who has been recording this video. It's our colleague Alan from the US, a good-looking guy. And just to mention, you don't have to record a personalized video. You can take any type of video material you have, like a company presentation, a YouTube video, something else as well, if you're not comfortable enough using the personalized video. And as you can see below the smart reminders, there was also a little checkbox with send this as a text message. Helps a lot. Like, most people have some sort of mail client on their phones nowadays, but if you really want them to get the document straight away, send it as a text message as well.
Yeah, and there we have some interest in data that 80% open up the document through the link in the SMS, and actually the full amount of 50% sign it. So it's an unused channel I really would like you to start trying out. That's super good.
And I
now
think in
what's
the
happened when
future,
you, sorry, yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
sorry, I'm just gonna, and I think in the future it's just going to be more and more common that everyone is going to sign through their phones. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
work desktop, fine today, but in
Mm.
5 years, everyone is going to use their mobile phones even more. But yeah,
When
enough of
everyone
that.
is working remote, period.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we send this out. What happens next?
Yes. First of all, I can pick a follow-up inside of Pipedrive. Like, do I want to put a reminder in 3, 5, 7, 10, 14 days? So just click of a button, and I'll make sure I'll not forget to follow up inside of Pipedrive as well. And it's also good for the internal control of the documents.
Beautiful.
And now we've been sending away our first document. And as you can see here, this document here is correlating to the Vandelay Industries. And the documents are always correlating to the specific deal or to the specific account or to the specific person you've been sending away the document to. But you can also get a good overview of everything. And now we can see that it has been sent away. So it has a little blue color and then it says sent. And now, how does it look for the customer? So we didn't have the time to put everything through there, but now the customer at George Costanza at Vandelay Industries, he clicked in on the document. And the first thing he sees is the nice video that we just recorded. We're recapping the meeting. We're focusing on something specific for this customer. And yeah.
And we can also see the branding behind the proposal that went out, and we can also see the chat, how it looks like when you interact with your customers. So everything of this, the branding, the video, and the chat, is to make sure that you truly engage with the customer and you keep this feeling of being personal in a very digitalized world. So there is tool out there to stay close to your customers, even though when you might not even, as we are now, we can't even meet our customers more or less.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So all of the different information that we've been populating inside of Pipedrive ends up directly in the proposal. And on the right side, you can see the chat, as Vilma mentioned. It's really easy, and it's such a low threshold for the customer to actually start interacting in this way, because that's how people are talking today. It's through Messenger, it's through WhatsApp. So really easy, and it's smooth for everyone involved. Above the chat itself, we have 4 different boxes. The customer can download the document, they can print it out, they can forward it to someone else, or they can simply call you directly from here. And this is also a really neat function, because this, what the customer sees will always be applied to the web browser language that they have. So if you send away the document to a German person, everything is going to be in German. If you send it to a Danish person, Danish, Swedish, etc., etc. Really,
and
really
if
easy.
I were to download it, what do you see that as a sender? Can you describe a little bit about the notifications? And
really good, and thank you for lifting that up, Vilma. With GetAccept, we have a marvelous app. I have control of everything that is happening with the different documents that I am sending away. As soon as someone opens the document, as soon as they download a document, print it out, forward it, I'll get a notification on my app. So I know exactly what's going on. And now I know, like 20 minutes after George has downloaded the document, I should give him a call and actually see, what do you think of the document?
Yeah, and what I love about that is, like, you're always on point with your customer. You are one step ahead, and you can provide a true customer service that you want to give them. So they increase their trust to you, because you're always on point in your dialogue. So that is what I really love with the notifications. My favorite there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so many. Exactly. And now we're going to sign the document. I think if you click one more time.
Happy to, like this.
Exactly. We have many different verification methods. It's like the most standardized that most people are using today is something called click to sign. You click on the button and then you enter a legally binding agreement, just like you would have signed it with a pen and paper. Of course, you can also type it in. You can draw it with your finger. In the Nordics, you can use bank ID. You can use 2-step verifications. We cover everything in Europe, in the US as well. So this is the only thing, instead of George having to print it out and sign it and scan it in and send it back, it's enough that he types everything in, and it is legally binding as well. So the document has been successfully signed. George will get one copy, and the sender, Jerry Seinfeld in this case, will also get one copy.
Exactly, and now we are back into Pipedrive, and if we look on the right-hand side, we can see also the notifications in here. There we can see it is viewed, it's reviewed, and now we are where we are. It's signed. It's signed, and it's actually also stored here in Pipedrive.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah, not much to say there. Yeah, it's so easy going, and I mean, every time someone is reviewing the documents, I get a notification, I go in, and I can click in on the document to see exactly how long and where in the document they're actually staying. So if I see that George Costanza, he's looking at the pricing now for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, then I know, yeah, it's about the pricing in the end. So with this information, I know exactly what to focus on in the follow-up call, for example, or I simply write in the chat. Easy.
Exactly, and by using the Google Docs integration we were talking about before, when you could edit the template directly into Pipedrive, if you have any discussions during the price, the onboarding, or whatever, you can also very easy just update it and send a new version of it directly through here. So it's super easy to use as well.
Yes.
And now, in the final minutes, we will put on the summary and maybe some Q&As. So what we hope that you bring with you today is that the possibilities, you can keep the control of your tech stack, everything you need in one combined with your CRM. You have the e-signature, you have the document tracking, you have the video, we have been talking a lot about it, and also the live chat to maximize your sales. We at GetAccept have a true passion for increasing our customer sales. And of course, make it simple. Populate and use the data that you already have from Pipedrive. Increase the amount of that you actually use the Pipedrive, and make the sales rep actually put in the data into Pipedrive, because they know it will be much easier than when they're sending out a meeting summary or an agreement or a proposal, of course. And the last part, it's easy to install directly from the marketplace. It's actually free. So it's just to download it and start working integrated today.
Yay!
Yay! And then one final slide about GetAccept as a company. Sorry for the background noise. We were founded in 2015. We are 100 employees today, and more or less 2,600 customers. We are so happy for them joining us. We have quarters or offices in San Francisco, Malmö, Stockholm, Oslo, Marseille, Aarhus, Madrid, and in London. And that is all for us. So if we have any questions, we just have to change here.
Yes, we're full of answers.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't think that many people have had too much of an... We just have to assume that it was crystal clear in that sense.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so. Well,
otherwise, that's from our point of view.
Yeah. Then we just want to say thank you all for joining us today, and have a beautiful rest of the day.
Bye-bye.